everyone. Welcome back to Waiting Makes You Whole. My name is Daneska, for those of you that are new. And I wanted to name this video Jehovah Rapha, which means God or the Lord is my healer. And the reason why I wanted to name this that was because, as you guys know, or if you don't know, there is a video, and I have a black Worship Life shirt on. And in that video, I was interviewing someone. Her name was Jasmine. We were both interviewing each other, asking each other questions about hyperthyroidism. And so I was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism in 2018. And what that is that your thyroid gland, that's right, like in your throat, produces too much of the thyroid hormone. And then for those of you that don't know, your thyroid gland also regulates all of the hormones in your body. So what it also caused was a high heart rate. So my resting heart rate was 160, and I was hospitalized for 3 days because of it, because they needed to get my heart at a normal rate before they released me from the hospital. And so with that being said, I started a whole healing process with my emotions, because my emotions were just like jacked up. I was just going through so much hurt and so much pain. And you can look at the video that I talk about that, called Stop Running. And so I was going through so much hurt and so much pain. But as I was working on myself, going to counseling, I joined something called Regroup, which I call it my healing class. It's just a place where you can be real about why you're hurting, and there's like something that takes you to a breaking point so that you can work on it and you can heal with God-centered communities, with the Word of God, and with people that are just there being real with you. So I started going through that healing process, and while I'm on my medication for my thyroid and for my heart, so I was taking methimazole for my thyroid, and I was taking propranolol for my heart. And I just started feeling kind of funny after a few months. Mind you, at first I was like, let me start eating healthy. I'm going to be eating salmon and salad. And that lasted like 2 months. I'm not even going to lie. Like, that didn't even last long, because I like what I like. I like eating different meats. I like eating, I like dairy too. So that didn't really last. And so all I had was my prayers that I was asking the Lord if it be His will to heal me. But according to the doctors, I was diagnosed with grave disease. So grave disease is something that's hereditary, and it's something that you will just have for the rest of your life. And you just have to take the medication for the rest of your life, according to doctors. So I was like, God, I know that the doctors say this, but I believe that you can heal. So I went ahead, and I just kept taking my medication, and this is so relevant for what's happening today with the coronavirus. That everybody's experiencing pain of somewhat, and lack of trust of somewhat, or someone is needing healing. I just want to encourage you that we do serve a God that can heal. And I know that there's so many people out there dying, and I don't want to be insensitive, because I know that this is real. This out here, all of us are experiencing this. But the Lord is very gracious, and it was kind of hard for me to even speak about healing during a time of crisis. But God is telling me, just use whatever I gave you just to give people hope out there. And so this is just a message for hope. So I kept taking my medication, and little by little, I just started feeling weird whenever I kept taking the medication. And I'm like, God, why do I feel like my whole body feels out of whack? What's wrong? I went back to the doctor's office because I'm like, we have to see, something is wrong. We have to see what's happening, because every time I take this medication, I just feel horrible. And I started breaking out everywhere, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. So the doctor does blood work, and then the results come back. And he's like, oh, your blood work is better. He was like, I'm going to reduce your medication to half, and because your blood work shows that you're doing better. And I do not advise this at home. Please don't do this at home. But I decided, wait a minute. So you're telling me I feel bad whenever I take this medication. That's number one. Number two, you're going to reduce the medication. When I went home, I was like, I'm just going to stop this medication. Don't do this at home. I just felt like I was listening to my body. Whenever I stopped taking the medication, I felt better. And whenever I took it, I felt horrible. So I completely stopped taking the medication. I went back to follow up in 3 months. And the doctor literally looked at me and he said, this is the best that your blood work has ever been. And I was like, stop playing. Really? And he's like, yes. And I was like, let me see. So he pulls the computer to me and he's like, look at the levels, like how high they've been. And then I see like this curve, like for it just all went normal. And I was like, oh my gosh. So he said, have you been taking half of your, I was like, no. I didn't take anything. I stopped taking the medication because I just felt horrible whenever I took it. And then he's like, well, I believe your thyroid is in remission. And I was like, yeah, well, I think God just healed me, to be honest. And he's like, do you meditate? And I was like, nope. I was like, no, I don't meditate. I pray. I pray to Jesus. And he was like, oh, very good. And then he shook my hand and he was like, well, I'll see you again in 3 months. So I have to go back again in 3 months. And I have not been taking my medications at all. I believe that the Lord healed me. And I don't believe the doctor's report that it's in remission. I believe that God completely took it away. So I pray that this video encourages you during this time that everybody is experiencing sickness, to just really trust that the Lord still is in charge and there's nothing impossible for him. God bless you guys.